Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. You're all having a wonderful day. Today, we continue. We got a few, just had 1 million crash in Deltarune. Accidentally killed the boss in the same frame it tried to spawn in a projectile. That's a... How? That's like 1 in a million. And the game just lost it. I'd assume so, yeah. It's too bad though. But good job, like a special sort of what do you call it, like an achievement. Moral of the story, don't do speedrun strats, but how else are we gonna get past the parts of the games that are boring? Yeah, yesterday we just managed to hit level 9, I think. Actually, don't remember. Let's go.
That's right.
We'll kind of just clear around the rest of Act 1 and 2.
No point in lingering now. I've got the noble stock.
This boss is really fun. It's just stupid hard, and the faster you can kill it, the better. Oh, well, maybe not on the same frame as the game has surely showed you. Still, though, I haven't played the game myself. So I can't really imagine. But I had my fair share of experiencing glitches and making the game crash in various different ways. Oh yeah. I know I managed to figure out in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? All of those, once you get to the cities, they have little pools of water just before the stairs, right? If you came in if you did a leap of faith and then redirected into them and landed in a corner, you could always glitch yourself under the map. And I only caught on to that after like 6 times it happened to me. I was like, okay, this is actually a thing. I'm just not being unlucky. And it was. I mean, to this day, I don't know what to do with the information, but we got outside of the map over there. That is probably the only backpack where I have more things the way for later purchase than the shit I've sold.
This'll do wonders for the shop.
I think yesterday we just cleared our Act 1, we killed the face spider matriarch. Now it's only the hag remaining, right? And the best thing about the hag is clearly if you had the refresh buff on, you can just shield the throws away. It's gonna count, and like you don't even have to manage the debuff or anything. So that's really nice. I hope I won't get the debuff, at least. We haven't long rested yet since we entered Act 2. We're still on the same long rest scenario. And we had refresh and equipped at one point, so I guess we'll see today if there's any downside to deleting it that way. Will we get the debuff from the hag, or we will not? So yesterday I was playing around with the poison build, right? And I discovered so many annoying things about it. I was thinking of taking Eldritch Knight and making use of the level 7 class feature. And thing is, it does work with Booming Blade, right? Which the feature states, if you cast a cantrip, you get to make a as your main action, you get to make a weapon attack as your bonus action. And Booming Blade clearly states that it's only once per action. Okay. But if you take up Thief subclass, guess what? You can still Booming Blade only one time with your bonus action. And what's the part of it that makes the least sense to me is that you still, after like you've done a cantrip and you've done your Booming Blade, so that's your action and your bonus action gone. After that, when you have your one or more of your bonus actions gone, you can still do a main hand weapon swing. Just like, why? I'm probably still missing something when it comes to that, but I'm already starting to think that that iteration of the build I had is probably not it. I've really tried to make myself use the Poisoner's Robe, the one you get for defeating the Face Spider Matriarch. I think we should have it in our inventory. Yeah, this one. So whenever the wearer casts spells and deals poison damage, it deals an additional 1d4 poison. This thing works if you have a weapon that's got a poison die and you use that weapon to cast Booming Blade. And of course, it also works on spells as stated, so could be profiting from both instances. It's got two major downsides. First of all, this is the only effect that Rogue provides. Is not even +1 AC, nothing, just 10 and another 1d4 poison. On a chest slot, that's not very convincing. And yeah, it's kind of rough to balance and adjust for. I'm just trying to not make the same build all over again. Trying to stick to like direct poison damage, so to put it. Alright. Today though, it's time for the hack. I think we've already gotten rid of the goons yesterday. We just haven't gone down there. So when it comes to the hack, setting all of the strange shenanigans and plans I had on the side, I think, strictly saying, it might be better to get the hag hair for +1 wisdom, and once we get to Act 3, and we also get the Boots of Kushigo, we have for the Sobering Realization, and this one we can be adding Wisdom modifier 2 times, maybe 3 if we go for vulnerability against psychic damage. You good, Karlach? Jesus. We've kind of exhausted a lot of the fights where we could use Bloodlust in, so I think I'm going to swap to Vigilance Elixir. We're also out of our symbiotic entities, so we're not really profiting from the added plus to our necrotic damage. Rather just have initiative. For the hag, I would want to go for the Dark Justicia, and we get better con saving throws as well. Most of this arena is obscured, right? Yeah. Except for that little flame over there. I want to keep on Boots of Speed, Ring of Reaction. And
I'm too tall for this.
send this to camp. Find a water bottle to throw downstairs. Hack can be revealed using that.
Enough! Don't do this!
You've already started yapping. Dear Lord. You managed to reveal her? So we got that sorted. We could go for poison resistance, but we do have crit immunity. Don't have that many void bulbs and spike bulbs.
Whisper mode.
So maybe coming down here this early might not have been the best call. Let's remedy that. It's one of my new favorite things. Revealing creatures from invisibility using the water bottles is one of my favorite things in the game, because the thing that I learned that on, right, it was first with Create Water, but then later with water bottles as well. And the creatures I tested that on was the Shadow Cursed Kuatoa, which are already constantly drenched. Just like, what am I doing here? Like, it's like splashing some water on a fish tank and then calling full of water and then calling, yeah, I got you. Like, yeah, contributing what exactly?
Listen.
No, man.
She is catalog.
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries?
Sorry about that. We got a wasp inside. Ayo, Mick. Morning. We are just getting ready to fight the hag.
Son, child.
And I forgot a bunch of stuff back in the camp. How you doing otherwise? Good morning to you. I kinda just woke up myself. Barely finished my coffee and Nothing like a good warm-up to make sure that I have all of my immunity set already. We're about to go bit up the hag, yeah. Yeah, I still haven't decided if I actually want, like... if I want anything as a stat stick, because just punching with my fists is just so much damage to, like, why would I ever be carrying a stat stick? Like the additional 2d4, then plus the added necrotic from both sources. It just doesn't make sense. And of course, when it comes to ring and the other gear slots, there's not really that many choices to consider. Fun thing about the Shadow Cloaked ring, it also applies to throwing and improvised melee weapons and anything that is obscured or made out of shadow. So like if you're only ever deciding for one ring for additional damage, that would probably be it. At least in my opinion. Unless the arena, of course, is like super bred. We got Pariat. Could go for shield. Would get advantage against saving on Vicious Mockery. It's gonna help me preserve my action economy a little bit. Could go for Helldusk, but I prefer to have a little bit of crit chance mixed in.
I'm nothing.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. I wonder just how quickly can we burst down the hag. Probably gonna be like a speedometer thing. Let's drink some wine. Oh, we already got the key points off of that. Good to know. And we're gonna do that. And I'd also like some resistance, not to get accidentally pushed off the platform. Now she doesn't have sea invisibility, right?
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna do a quick
Easy.
walk up
Hungry for blood.
and boink. We beat her in initiative. Oops. Don't lag on me. Now, another good thing about Halo Spores is that it is not a spell. It's a class action, so it doesn't piss off Auntie. Oh, come on. Straight to the crit miss. There we go, that's the stun. And she's already at half HP. She gets to skip her turn.
Leave me here!
I think I'm going to just unequip my gloves. I'm fine with the weapon, with the damage we're doing. She's bleeding, so I've negated her, negated my disadvantage. And that was the hag. I know you guys are probably like shaking in your boots. This was such a close fight. Nobody could have predicted that after such a long battle we would arise victorious.
It's a waste of time. I'll find a way to return. Always have, always will. But it's unpleasant. So how about we be civilized?
Why does Monk do so much damage, man?
I have something you want.
If I went through the effort of taking double hand crossbows and applied bleeding on her right away, I could have potentially make this a one turn on the Ethel.
I knew I liked
But
you,
still,
dear.
like, this is...
Leave with the girl, and I'll give you power.
Yeah, broken Ethel strikes again.
Stronger, tougher, smarter. Done.
Monk is balanced, what do you mean exactly, right?
Just let me keep the girl and her babe. It's your choice, sweetness.
But I hear a lot of people saying the main appeal of Tavern Brawler is the accuracy. Yes. But 5 damage per each attack also doesn't fucking hurt, now doesn't it? Fucking hell. I'm gonna try to roll intimidation. But if I fail, I'm not even gonna waste an inspo.
Not
continue.
a hope. It's one or the other.
Keep the girl, I think I'll
wise
take the
choice.
power.
Here.
What about me?
Deals on, girl. And you're not leaving my side till you deliver.
Best of luck, auntie.
Bollocks to luck. It's only the deal that counts. Bye-bye, Petal.
And as we're told, we are taking +1 to wisdom. I'm probably saving that
Moving it.
until later. I'm most likely going to regret this, but given the feat selection and the fact that I don't really need higher than 16 dex, I'm quite happy with boosting my wisdom. This is not usually something I do. So just taking this piece of hair instead of into a strength dex or like normally charisma feels odd. What the fuck, Ethel? And this is the lovely potion we're after. There's also another one. I think it's Heart of Stone, right? You gain resistance to poison until long rest, yeah. So it's Heart of Stone and Broken Promises that are actually useful here. The rest of them I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna take the staff. And now that we did not save Marina... By the way... This is supposed to be an inspiration. There we go. We get access to Hostile Corner. And this little thing is going to be our portable combat. Used later to obtain some additional armor class. Hell yeah. Probably one of the best tools to try and break the game in various ways. Especially when it comes to actions of NPCs that can be turned your allies. But I haven't yet come across any other quote-unquote useful spells that I'd see potentially friendly NPCs casting. I know there's a lot of maguses in Worm's Rock, and those guys have a summon elemental counter spell. They can do cantrips. But I'm personally on a hunt for like some NPC that, I don't know, can cast Stone Skin or basically any other beneficial effect that doesn't have a timer on it. So with that, nothing else much remains but the druids in the Emerald Grove and the paladins. I think I'm gonna go deal with all of them right now. Maybe you can find something. I guess you'd probably have to go person to person, and one thing to take into account, you have to be able to trade with the person to give them gold to get good attitude with.
Violence isn't
More often than not, there's not any particularly interesting ones that an enemy, a hostile NPC would be able to cast. At least none that come to my mind. Now the big contender for that would probably be the Moonrise Towers. Anybody in there? And then also NPCs in Rivington. Have a long shot idea, but I need to check first. Fire away. My best scope would probably be Last Light In. Hey yo, Mark coming in with a huge ass raid. Thanks for the raid, Mark. How you doing? My name is Nemesis. I do solo BG3 runs, and we are delving into Drunken Monk. This is my first time playing Monk, and we're making an unarmed Karlach, more or less. Mark, if you got a raid and run, I completely understand. Go make your self-care routine. And to everybody else, welcome in.
This is only the beginning. With help.
We are just solidly into level 9, and we're clearing out everything that we have remaining in Act 1. We basically beaten Nettle in 2 turns, so we're on a little bit of a power trip. But at least I'm having lots of fun with it.
Violence isn't tolerated in these parts.
Hey yo, thanks for the follow. Yeah. If you have any questions about the build, you can do !build and !rules. Both in the chat. A long story short, it is just good old Drunken Monk. We're taking and Spore Druid combination. We're keeping ourselves unarmed for additional necrotic damage on unarmed attacks, and we're We're probably gonna be stopping somewhere around at least 9 levels into Drunken Monk. We also just got access to our hostile corner, and we're kind of milling our brains over here a little bit, trying to find out if there's any other NPCs throughout the world of BG3 that could potentially be traded in, establish good attitude with. And hopefully trying to benefit from their spells. So far, from what me and other people have been able to come up with for that use, is mainly stacking additional AC. Primarily in Act 3 region. It would always be fun to try and find more buffs that we could make use of. And in a true spirit of Druid, we're just doing a little bit of recycling. No XP left behind. Where'd you go? So yeah, we're just on a little bit of a cleanup mission. And we're gonna continue back to Act 2. I am using a couple of mods, but all of them are purely for cosmetic purposes.
Uh-huh. You're...
No, we have dealt with the harpies already.
What do we have here?
So now should be just Wrath and Nethy in this area. Starting combat with some good old Thorn Whip for the action refresh.
Behavior.
Get our action back. And Wrath is our buddy, so just gonna knock him out. He's probably the only druid that does not deserve to die.
A load off, isn't it?
He's still made out of XP, so gotta make sure that we grab all of that.
Marching. Open up.
was Emerald Grove. And then it's just the paladins left. The paladin hasn't gone on her raging spree yet. I'm not sure if this event over here gives us a free use of our Infernal Fury. So I think I might just save this one until we long rest to see if we can get one for free. I know that she goes angry and like burns up the whole place. But I don't know if there's like a hidden buff that we can squeeze out of that, so probably gonna save this one until later. There's also got the trader, or the looter. He is one of the very few vendors that drops gold, and he only appears here if you've successfully knocked out Minty. So you can then just come every long rest, come and pay him a visit. You should have a nice collection of stuff. Fortunately, no gold here yet. So I think he just got back up since we region traveled? Maybe? Oh well. Alright, we got that sorted out. There's one more long rest event that has to happen over here, us recruiting the Owlbear Cub. And it's an Outlander inspiration, so... let's try and gather that for ourselves. I think that's more or less it. We are going to be throwing one key point away by long resting here, and it'll also force us to absorb another soul coin. We have 6 all in all, and we're level 9 already, so between that, Act 2, a few combats left there, Isabel's and Halsin's defense, and then the entirety of the Githyanki Crash still remaining. I don't see myself using more than 2 more soul coins for the whole shebang, so I'm quite happy with taking a long rest right here. I think I can do without a chat, thank you.
Food hungry. Want bite. Food. Eat.
As he approaches, his foot lands on a dry twig, snapping it in half.
No. Run.
All we still have to ensure over here is to make sure we long rest one more time to recruit him. Let's go get our buffs reapplied.
They accomplish.
All right.
We have a couple of things.
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries?
Vendor runs being one of them. Since past level 6, Blurg starts selling you very useful alchemy ingredients. And his scrolls are also quite nice. Just smash that away. Let's go and talk to Dareth. And before I accidentally sell this, I think I'm just going to consume it. Get the +1 to our wisdom.
We'll be clearing. No point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
Gonna go for trade. We got Radiance Resistance Elixir. We're probably gonna use that for the Merkel fight. Probably wanna buy all 4 of these. Let's stash the rest in here. To take the other Cloud Giant Finger, I think we should have enough to brew ourselves one of those. Increase our strength drastically. Because this is probably the thing that I want to use to try and take down the bullet. We have done the Act 2 repair of our Infernal Engine. I think there's only one more after that in Act 3. I'm just gonna send those 2 back to camp probably. Alright, stash this away.
Better wait till the hubbub's died down.
Let's get the +2 to our AC. If you brought Priestess Gut to Glut the Mushroom, he can reanimate her, and she has a unique cast of Shield of Faith, which does not require concentration, and the buff retains even if she leaves the party, and because it does not need to concentrate on it, it can be applied to multiple targets at the same time. So from quite an early point in the game, you can have easy +2 to your AC. Got that sorted. How much initiative does Bullet have? She's got +0, so having our current initiative at +4 means we always get to take a turn before her, before it. How does one even know, right?
Where to?
And in my runs, I do allow companions in my camp, and I use them as camp crafters, which is a bit different than camp casters. We're not using them to buff ourselves for the combats to come,
There's no time to waste.
but only to get some extra mileage out of our alchemy ingredients. And I just now realized I still haven't set up my camp crafter yet. Alright. So the person I usually have in charge of crafting is normally Shadowheart, since she comes with medicine proficiency. And I like to take at least 3 points into Cleric for enhanced ability. Of course 2 levels in Transmutation Wizard to get the passive to double the alchemy, the potions that come out on the other side, and taking 1 into rope. Oops, I messed up. Let's get her respect. The 1 level of rogue is to give her expertise in medicine. Putting that with 2 stars, so we had +9 to that.
I shall be here in...
3 levels into this. Two levels into wizard, taking transmutation. One level into rogue, picking up our medicine expertise. And we can go back to cleric, take ability improvement to increase the wisdom, giving her another +1. And then 2 more levels into wizard, so we get the other ASI, maxing out her wisdom, thus increasing the medicine. Medicine skill checks that she will roll. You can also give her Shapeshifter's Boon. And set up Enhance ability. As a Chukari Domain Cleric, she already gets Disguise Self, so that's quite convenient. House Wisdom for advantage on the medicine checks. And we can get going. I want a couple of speed pods. A few healing ones. I'll also want elixirs of universal resistance. Cloud Giant Strength. Couple of vigilance. It's always nice to have a few bloodlusts on the reserve as well. We probably have 1 or 2 peerless focus in our inventory as it is, so we have a form of sleep immunity. And haste ball grenades.
Me?
Early morning naked Shadowheart makes my day, thank you. You're very welcome. How you doing, Exon?
Something the matter?
Glad to see you here.
If you're sure.
And with that taken care of, we got our AC. I'd probably want Longstrider for the fight to come. So we're gonna do that, and let's get to the Risen Road. See if we can get a free soul coin cast from those paladins. From the little outburst that Karlach normally has. Symbiotic Entity for the extra temp HP. And I think I'll just begin with the Cloud Giant Strength Elixir. Get ready for the bullet right away. Oh, there is one more thing though. For now, I would like to get the refresh and buff, increase my HP by another 10.
Fetid smell assaults your not the warm.
Put in us at 58. Plus symbiotic entity 64. And we're ready, more or less. Good thing about Spore Druid is you can cast Shield of Thralls to... and it will contribute towards symbiotic entities, so you can technically have a bit more if you're only taking the 2 levels into it. But I think I managed without for this encounter. Hold person is a threat over here. So are Divine Smites.
Sneak, sneak.
We're gonna get closer together and start up with Thorn Whip.
You saw.
No surprise round.
More cliff.
I'm gonna do a psionic backlash on this. And I forgot to re-equip my Helldusk. Gauntlets.
Aye, aye.
And this should be far away enough as to where he has to dash. Go for it. Probably not using our reaction for this.
I'm gonna destroy this place. Rip it apart. Board by board.
Tear it down. Releasing a decade of pent-up rage in a blaze of inferno fury. Our hand attack, unarmed attacks seem to not be doing additional fire damage. I'm guessing there's no free soul coin we can make use of from here.
I'm never going back.
Having held us for this is really nice, so we're not stepping on our own fire surfaces, or at least not getting burned by them.
Just try it, Mario. Come on!
Fuck yes. That felt amazing.
One's got her, right?
Been so long I can hardly remember. Oh, bloody engine isn't cooling down, is it? Guess it wasn't made to work outside of Vernus. Hope it holds together long enough to find an infernal mechanic. And a stiff drink while I'm at it.
Did we already found the infernal mechanic? So wait, what does this passive exactly say? Setting you ablaze. So does that mean anything that hits us takes additional damage? Sure, there's no benefit or unarmed attacks. I don't know, let's let this cool down and see where it leads to. While I'm here, I can loot the rest of this place up. It's got quite a nice amount of goodies in it. I was just curious about this little event that happens, and if there's any positive upsides after it passes. That does not appear to be the case, though. What's the test? I'm normally over here way earlier in my playthrough. Make use of this nice stash of cash and good supplies. Hey, O'Kelly. Yep. I wanted to have immunity to hold person, and I wanted to see if this little interaction leaves us with the same effect as the soul coins provide. That was at least my my theory, because she gets all worked up, but we didn't walk away with any buffs, though, unfortunately. But worth the test. Yeah, I would have probably gotten it handed. But we are playing monk though, so I think one turn killing the mage over there that can cast hold person would probably not be too hard of a thing. It's just better to be safe than sorry, I guess. I've had one experience too many as it is already. Going into fights where restrain immunity can be quite nice, and not taking use of it.
Something's happening, but not enough something.
Be mindful when if you're jumping across this, because I've gotten stuck in between the basement and the bottom floor once before. It's quite easy to glitch yourself outside of the map over here. It's the barbarian effect, Kaylee. Getting the effects of Blade Ward and also some additional damage that early in the playthrough can make everybody become a bit reckless.
Hello.
I know that does not apply to your rule set, but still though, taking half damage from everything. Definitely makes my courage rise. Okay, so we got this out of the way. Next stop, Bullet. Now for that bugger, I probably want to stack as much AC as I can. Besides the Shadow Cloak ring, there's not really any more damage buffs that we need to do. Now there is an argument to be made for using Gloves of Soul of Crushing, because this will add our damage to our unarmed attacks, and only those will be coming through for as long as the diamond scales are on. And if we intend to one-turn that bugger, we'll probably have to make use of that, yeah. Diamond scales needs at least 15 damage for it to all come through. This also has an additional 1d4 to it, so our minimum damage threshold is not 20 but is actually 21. We just haven't met the conditions for those yet. got at least as far to do some routing in Act 2 usually. I'm gonna say, like, when it comes to routing for this game, everything in Act 1 I got it down to, like, every single step and turn that we take. But as soon as we get to Act 2, it's like, we have a lot of things to do. But yeah, generally though, I try to keep it. I'll leave some wine. I'll try and I've been recently trying to work around the resistances that one has or gets. And I've been avoiding fights with the undead when I get to Act 2, at least until I get Nightsinger's favor from the Gauntlet of Shah. So yeah, it's definitely interesting pathing. Because those are usually like the easiest enemies, but it can rack up some very high damage if you're not careful. I'm taking off my long strider, and I would like to set myself back for enhanced sleep. And some Featherfall to boot. Gonna pop one in this spot. And let's get hopping.
What is that? Oh, it's like another layer.
But yeah, playing monk on this playthrough is definitely quite a power fantasy. I don't think I've ever been as powerful in a game before as I am with this build. It's kind of dumb. Fighting Shambling Mount and is involved by throwing the Shadow Blade is definitely helping. Oh yeah. To be honest, I haven't given Shadow Blade a proper go yet. I've played around with it a little bit. But that was still before patch 8.
Light as air.
Yeah, but this damage though is just so good, like.
Halfling essence.
So good, so consistent. Seems like nothing can punish me until I inevitably forget some sort of crowd control effect and step right into it. Alright, now for the bullet, I definitely want a source of immunity to being moved against my against my will, and putting on Boots of Striding and starting a concentration spell will keep the effects of it going. So you can then even take off the boots and still benefit from the effect. I've got no way of demonstrating it to you right now, but you can go into your camp and recruit someone and try shoving Karlach. Normally, because you're ally, it would be 100%, but since we did that, we can quite effectively resist the effect. Alright, so we're just gonna go down here. Do we want anything to prepare ourselves? I'll probably want to down a speed pot before the bullet comes swinging around. I can throw it as a giant barb. Yeah, it's so nice. Although, how are you getting access to it? Oh, Arabella's rings also got changed, so it does not require concentration anymore, right? Preemptively pop in a speed pod, so we have a bit more of a plus to our action economy. My symbiotic entity will probably get popped over here. Still got 2 more of bleeding. I'm going to pop one raspberry to remove the bleeding effect, so we keep the 1d6 necrotic damage. No, I think I'm gonna keep it as it is. It missed me, so I can redirect attack. And now that we can bleed the bullet, I'm going to place down a spike bulb, set it just behind it. Now we already used our reaction. Don't mind me then. I'm going to punch the bugger real hard. I mean, 150 XP for an enemy that can still quite reliably take you out even in later levels. It's probably a bit of an understatement. But hey ho.
Soldier? Huh.
It's also the only enemy that needs that needs the raw damage from the Cloud Giant Strength Elixir, so I'm probably good by going back to Elixir of Bloodlust. And we're going to, since we have one more turn of Symbiotic Entity left, get Shield of Thralls on ourselves. This will refuel it, giving it even 2 more hit points to work with. And this thing can refresh upon a region travel, so if you're ever missing and you can't find an enemy to refresh that, it can definitely help. It does get rid of our refreshing buff from the anti-eth as well, but that buff also negates the 5 HP you gain per killing an enemy. So you wouldn't be gathering the 5 temporary HP and not refreshing your symbiotic entity with this. So we're happy to get rid of that. I've gotten all the Dwega from here. One thing we haven't done yet though is for this playthrough I wanted to set up a bit of a dogfight. Except we're doing beholders instead of dogs.
Like a vandal.
In this case, so it is ethical completely. Don't worry about it. And the thing that I wanted to do is we're going to quickly throw this at one of the droughts from up top to spawn the spectator. There we go. This will spawn it in. Also, we managed to get away so it does not notice us. And I think I left the flask at camp. So let's go pick that thing up. And in a fight, a spectator against a spectator,
I am not a skeleton.
we can see who will come up on top. I think they also look different. One's got a different colored eye. Oh, I am legally blind. I do not know where that is. I can craft this so I don't inevitably sell one of them. Is it in my inventory? The iron flask. There it is. And let's go. I think maybe we even do a prediction for this. So, we're gonna do... We're gonna do bets on beholders. And we're going to do... Iron flask. Beholder and... how should we call this one? Native or like actually I don't know. Do you have a name or should we just call him George? Yeah, I think George will do. So in case any of you gonna do kind of 5 minutes. Alrighty. Underdark Beholder. That also works. The way prediction has started, we have set it on 5 minutes, just so everybody's got the time to get their votes in. Are you ready? The terrain is uneven. The home defense has a few extra helping hands, but those are only conditional until they get damaged. But he is trying to defend his title on this one, so... Shall we get going? Let the fight begin! So the one with the red iris is the Iron Flask one, and this is the Underdark Beholder. Currently the Iron Flask is leading. Managed to get a nice paralyze on the other one, leading for the whole 20 HP points. The home defense is trying to call in some reinforcements, and they are striking back. Got a great paralyzing hit, but the attackers seem to have no problem saving against it. The attackers are getting rid of the reinforcements. I have to step away just so we don't get into combat. But not that far away now. He unloaded from my screen. There we go. The outcome is still anybody's guess. They're both sitting at a comfortable 100 HP. The attackers are leading by just a little bit. But we got an amazing crit from the home side. This be enough to turn the tide of battle? Nah, we're not into combat ourselves. Gotta stay close enough though, so they don't load out. The attacking team is getting rid of the reinforcements, but he's only dealing with them one by one. I think there might be a waste of their resources. Will he manage to realize that in time? The home base is leading quite reliably with a 20 HP advantage. Our home attackers have still not figured out that all they have to do is punch the other enemies once to get them off their back. Will that lead to the downfall? Nobody can know for sure. Another amazing paralyze from the defenders. And it seems to be a set game. The slight advantage that the home side got from the get-go seems to have made a huge enough difference, allowing the home team to retain the advantage and push themselves on top. But it's not a done game yet. They're coming in with a great counter-attack, getting the home side down to 35 HP, and just like that, the dogfight is over. And that was it. It's like the little advantage that he got turned out to be just enough to get the victory. Now I just gotta go make sure that that I confirm the outcome of the thing. And it was George the Beholder that came in on top. A lot of you folks put your hopes with the Iron Flask Beholder. And it seems the gamba did not work in your favor. Always bet on blue? Can't imagine why, eh? Rip point. That's the gamba life for you right there. Maybe for the next round on the next playthrough we will do we will even the playing field out a bit. Make it a true 1v1. No attacking, no defending team. Just a straight up one-on-one dogfight. Other than that though, that was it. GG's to George. You fought well.
What next?
Unfortunately though, he is still made out of XP, so... Nah, I think his reward for managing to fight for his freedom will be to stay alive, wandering the Underdark until the end of his days. I think he has deserved at least that much. Alrighty. So when it comes to the Underdark, I believe that is pretty much it. Moving on, chronologically, I think it's time we take care of Grimforge. There's been evidence of cheating found. The home defense had a bit of a reinforcement at an unfair advantage, but in the last ruling, it was overruled that he'll be allowed to stay. Alright, let's get back to the game. I haven't really touched many things in the Grimforge yet, besides getting a crit immunity. So, let's get the party started. I'm gonna be siding with the Dwayga to spawn in the extra Dwayga that only appears if everybody dies after the fight with Nier. And to begin with that, we need some shapeshifters boon, and to pass a couple of persuasion checks real quick. I also want to get Barkers into the last light as soon as I can, so I can get access to the ring.
Seen her run with a barrel under. Someone should grab it.
Can't go chasing maybes. The sergeants are ticket in.
Oh, would you look at that, Kerr? Someone's having a listen.
A shiver runs through you.
However, the cheating allegations have been taken to heart,
No less.
and next time we will ensure that no unfair advantages will be provided. Until then, though, stay tuned.
I ain't parleying with more twat souls. And you got the stench. If I didn't know better, I'd say a mind flayer shatter work. Should split your head open and poke around in there if you like. You don't need to ask twice. Your blade ready,
Drop it!
Fine. Spill what you want.
The shiver returned.
The stench don't lie.
I was a true soul. The cult lied to me, and now I want my revenge.
Revenge, eh? In that case, I gotta...
Depends what you need
Whatever the
done.
spoils,
I'm
we'll
gonna go
drop
for the
your fat
persuasion check.
You in? You still standing about?
Right. We got that check going. Now we can easily get rid of the eye. And that's pretty much it. Since we are going to be killing every single thing before, almost everyone before that fight. That means we don't need to really talk to anybody anymore. If there was a way to get more flasks, I'd love to put like 10 of those against each other and see what happens.
Exciting. Must be a cache nearby. Something tells me these harpers wouldn't
You know?
leave their stash out in the open.
Something tells me that if we set up the entire thing and we listed all of the buffs that one can put on ally summon or just an enemy for that matter, and then we could have people investing their channel points to secure those buffs. Of course, they wouldn't come cheap. But I think it would be fun nonetheless. So everybody could place bets on their spectator and hope to buff it up as much as they can. We'd have a couple of things like strength elixirs, freedom of movement, you know, battle mage's power. Dogfights in BG3. We've come far. How many spectators would it take to kill Raphael? I think quite a few, since he can only be paralyzed for a turn. Yeah, who knows? We might even update that idea a bit further. It would require me to get a few mods for my channel though, since I'll be able to keep track of all of the submissions and which buffs go for which one. Cockpack in BG3? Hell yeah.
Place is trapped.
There's quite a few buffs that one can place on an enemy. Like we can cast freedom of movement as a cleric on them. Then we can also give them long strider. We can give them the strength elixir, making it sure that their bites are more devastating. Battle mage's power for oh, so they use no, hold on. That was a bullet. Spectator, wounding ray. Let's see if we can find one, just to see which stat does he use to make his attacks. Yeah, it is strength modifier, so we could give him strength, cloud giant strength elixirs. There's a bunch of more. They just don't come up to my mind right now. And then we could also ourselves rig the competition, start casting Sanctuary on them, and then invest spot instantly. to give them unfair advantage mid-fight. I think that would boost the engagement of people. I think that would be really fun. Like,
Absolutely not.
I also think an honest 1v1 before that still needs to happen. Alright, speak with animals.
You! Now get to the caning for a thresh.
Leave it to me.
All that brawn and the...
No more. No more pain. No.
Can Raphael reasonably one-shot the spectator in honor mode? Probably the non-pillar Raphael. The Raphael, once you destroy the pillars, could get some really good damage with the multi-attack going on the spectator. But the Raphael before that mainly deals fire damage. So like, unless they all group up with one another. But the thing is, the spectator would be hostile against one another because spectators are one of the NPCs that are hostile towards everything in the area, so it would also need some mods to attune their behavior a little bit if we wanted all of them to go against Raphael and not fight one another. So I think in that encounter, Raphael is kind of coming out on top. Probably.
Yes, you are right. There is work. Only work. Let's turn down the fire.
Druk, yes! That's it, you beast!
I'm not gonna let them finish this. Just going to start the fight directly so I can get the XP for the Rothe as well. I'm gonna go over here, give that one a quick smack. Oh damn. Oh, that'd be awkward if that one connected. As long as she doesn't move too much. I'll take the psionic backlash. The problem is that they're worth just so much. Like, each of those Rothe is, what, 40 XP? At least. And to be honest, who doesn't mind a good beefsteak? And also, why would anybody need them to work if you're a monk? You can just punch this open yourself. I think we're past the days where we use animals for labor. Just use monks.
Take a load off, isn't it?
Alrighty. Yeah, it's 40 for each of them. So like not killing them, that'd be 120 XP behind. There we go. I've been looking for you. Follow me down there. I am quite happy with the gear we got. The hold person should not be a problem over here.
You can't see me.
You attacked someone.
If you insist.
Usually try and save those if I can. You're the bigger man. The bigger person, get it. Also, there's usually some very good scrolls in the back over here. The longer you're willing to wait, the better they're gonna be. There's 2 skellies in the back over here you can grab. Pull some quick resources. But if you're me like that, that's usually just some paper for additional gold. Got 3DR. Also the earliest way you can find the harper pin for your hero's basement is on this executed drow over here.
This looks familiar, but I can't place why. Yeah!
Myself somewhat over here.
You attacked someone.
What now? Damn it! You.
I'm gonna turn on non-lethals because
Foxy.
these guys are still worth the XP. There we go. Sometimes this guy is 75, sometimes he's 30 something. They'll get the XP. Ah,
Time to take a load off.
tactics, I see. Non-lethal is always there. It's only if we're willing to use it. I want this before we approach. There we go.
For me?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and pick up the room powder barrel. And other than that, we are pretty much done already. There's just combat remaining.
I'm too tall for this.
This looks like a nightfall feast.
One item that I'm also tempted to use is a Defender Flail to get another 1 to my damage reduction. So it'll make it easier to maintain our symbiotic entity. -5 4 to all damage that we would take. Does not sound half as bad.
That's curious.
No? I guess we have to take the long way. No bother, we got all the tools for the job.
A god, we got the chiseling is remarkably intricate. They didn't live here though.
Probably my favorite thing about this playthrough, just enhanced leaping about the place. Yeet. Yeah, we were successful, but we were just barely not successful enough.
Strange mask. Looks familiar, but I can't quite place it.
What do you mean looks familiar?
Anywhere. It's a Maragon's mask.
Ah, so she does have lines. I thought she all of a sudden forgets about her devil adventures.
The place was rotten with Maragons. Their leader probably isn't far off.
I wish that Twitch allowed you to see active buffs. I can help you out with that a little bit. What we're currently using is Baal's Benediction for sacrificing one of your companions. Whenever advantage on attack rolls, whenever a creature is bleeding. Hell does gloves with unarmed attacks or throwing, or spike bulbs. Easy source of that. Leviathan's Love, you probably know of this one. Pay the price is I give my eye to the hag to try and remove the parasite. She of course failed the extraction, but gave us Anti-Ethel Charm, which is going to come in useful later in our playthrough. We have Shield of Faith for bringing Priestess Gut's corpse to Glut the Mushroom and resurrecting her. That way you can get +2 to your AC. Symbiotic Entity is a level 2 Spore Druid feature. It gives me an additional 1d6 on my attacks. Infernal Fury, Soul Coins, Karlach specific. Gives me another 2d4 fire damage on my unarmed attacks. Bloodlust, Volatile Shield, Lethid Power, Elixir, Shapeshifted, Mark of the Shapeshifter, this ring, bought from the Strange Ox. Gives me 1d4 on ability checks, speak with animals, and convert critical from Dark Justiciar Helmet. +1 to saving throws against spells, and -1 to crits.
There we go.
But yeah, we're relying quite heavy on all of our buffs that we're having. I'm going to jump right down there. Just maybe we succeed. Yeah, we succeeded the perception check, so whenever we activate this, we're not gonna get surprised by the slimes falling out the ceiling. Also liking the Druid Monk. Glad you like it. The best thing about level 2 Spore Druid is probably has to be Halo Spores, the 1d4 necrotic damage. And it's got a saving throw, and on most of the enemies it's going to be really unlikely to hit, but the best appeal about this ability, Zay, is you can place an explosive thing on the ground, move it a bit further away, and normally they have 1 HP, and our Halo spawns these 1d4, so we can have a deployment of a normally throwable thing at the cost of your reaction. It's basically just weaponizing your reaction. Very nice thing to have. I'm going to back away over here and hide. Make them cross the fire surface. There we go.
They won't spot me now.
Going outside of the vision cone and hiding will make them go investigate, and usually that is enough movement speed they have to waste, so they will a lot of the times decide to dash. So you can manipulate the AI in a way. Who said the additional action from your Bloodlust Elixir has to be another attack? I need to empty out my inventory. This is starting to drive me nuts. Much better.
Up to. Nice rope. Someone used it to climb up here.
Killing these 3 slimes is probably also the earliest way you can get Freedom of Movement Elixir. Each of those will drop 1 Orch Slime Jelly. And you need exactly 3 of those to make 1 or 2 Elixirs of Freedom of Movement.
Nice.
And the fight can quite easily be cheesed. If you have some enhanced sleep, there's platforms up here and up here, allowing you some easy targeting on those dudes.
Blood was once spilled here. My blood, no less.
Yoink.
Oh, go on. It's the whole damn reason we're here.
Jumping behind the barrel
Vague
makes it easier to
notions
pick
of
up.
rumor and myth. Nothing solid comes.
Invisible me.
Alright. Where did you go? I don't know why she disappears. as soon as you have any conversation with her. And where does she teleport to? But lately she seems to have just been standing about for a little bit and then teleporting away. That's too bad. She's worth another 75 XP. They really gotta be quick about it. Alright, so with the rune powder barrel secured for us, we are ready to start fighting the slavers. Now, we had a little chat to blind the Absolute before that, and we made an alliance, and that alliance will hold as long as you don't get enemy of justice in this region. And to prevent that, just make sure that anybody you start combat with, that you're also the one to finish it.
Tarnished yet? We might be able to chip them off. Absolutely.
You attacked someone.
I'm going to begin combat and I'm going to gradually drag everybody inside of it. We're never going to approach further than this archway or passing further than here, because there's one warrior in the back, Thud, who's currently unloaded, but he's right over here, and he's the only one I don't want to drag into this combat just to keep the alliance going. So once we're ready to fight near, there's still one Dwega to be on our side, and we can just attack him mid-combat, and that will make it so whenever the fight is finished and there's no other Dwega left, a new one will spawn to give us the money for the deal that we made earlier. And starting the fight over here also allows me to kill all of them, thus avoiding potential XP loss. Oh, that was uncanny dodge. Now Dana's got access to magic missile. She's gonna cast mage armor, that's nice. But on the next turn, she has got to go. So turning off my Call of the Week to get the Bloodless Elixir proc. Make it so I can focus her down. Going to send this to camp and drag everybody else into the fight as well. There we go. Hail of Spores used to deploy their potions and alchemies. Also doubling my movement speed. And then both low. And then one spike ball to finish the job. So when they bleed out, they're also going to explode. I don't have enough movement speed to do this. I should have put on boots of speed. But ayo. Gee, she's downstairs. And everybody else is kind of too far away for me to do anything, so we're just gonna hide and wait out our lethargic turn. Is there anything else I want? Not really. Just start a new game plus playthrough, start on level 12 with a way to summon every item in the game. Gonna see how fast I can beat Act 1. That's what, maybe like in 2 hours, never. Just start combat with everybody you see, cause like you don't care about optimizing XP, right? Come here, my hairy fluff. Everybody, this is Loki. He's one of my cats. And no, he was just calling to me, reminding me that there'll be dinner after sometime. So we're gonna go back over here because there's a lethargic turn we have to wait out. Oh shit, just reminded, I don't wanna be completely invisible, but I'm going to keep it so everybody that I started combat with will remain in combat. I'm a Dark Roach for a reason. Let's go. Let the slaughter begin. All of these guys should spend their turns getting to me. It also groups them up in a way where I can get to them without pulling everybody into combat from the back room. I'm too far away to show him right now, but that is over there, just chilling. Oh, you were close enough. Now, the Mind Masters are the two, at least in my opinion, more annoying enemies. So, they are getting the short end of the stick first. Don't need to do that. Was that my symbiotic entity? Cheeky. What a lucky roll. What did she roll even? 20. You can target me from here? Last time I checked, poison spray was should I put it a bit less useful? Anyways. I did forget to return her boots, so I just lost the Kushigo armor piece. Oh well. Can't have everything. It's already outsized symbiotic entity. I don't think I can afford to drop combat with the Mind Master still alive. So just gonna pop one health potion and I'll wait for him to join the combat, really. I'm afraid the combat will drop if I get too far away. I'm just standing next to her, so I give her disadvantage on her attack rolls. There it is. And let's give you an express downstairs. So I did miss out on 60 XP by not returning Thrin her boots back. There's also some items behind that, but FF. Alright, and now if we come back here, Thad will be here and we can still talk to him, which means he's not permanently hostile. So once we break Nia out of here, I'll still have the option to side with the slavers. But before we do that, Larida is one of the deep gnomes that dies in the cutscene. So far, to my knowledge, there's no way of preventing that from happening. What one can do is knock her out and grab her XP beforehand.
Aggression.
There we go.
There we go.
Take one of the smoke powder satchels. And it's time to get near out of here.
Finally!
Quick fire arrow directly into the satchel. Makes it explode multiple times. This will allow us to conserve some resources. And I don't really want anything. Just wait for the bugger to come out. And this is her. Even though we just knocked her out, she still dies in the cutscene.
Worthless slaves! Your incompetence has been my ruin! Nier does not fail.
Stop here.
So you care?
Your scalp buzzes at...
Strike them down.
And because one of them is still alive, we can still side with the Dwega mercenaries.
Heretics.
Go.
Let Nier be your end.
Now, fun thing about this fight is, at any point in time, you can just hit him. Make him hostile towards you. And that way, even if Nier takes him out, you still get the XP. Zero? Oh, spell level is 0? Okay.
Scrying eyes down. Time Nier got his due.
Oh wait, both of these got knocked out? They didn't die? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Nier abuser, absolutely. They go to Act 2? Or you hit level 4? No, I'm purely from Act 1. We've been to Act 2 already, Zay. And we've cleared out quite a bit of the act already. I'm just coming back for all of my old sins that I haven't taken care of yet. Nah, I thought these two guys died. I guess they didn't. Now I gotta take care of them. Yes, I would like my XP, don't mind me. I'm very confused. Yeah, don't worry. You can do exclamation mark rules. I do allow myself to region travel in my playthroughs normally, because most of the time I try and get a build going and seeing just how far I can push it. And that involves, usually involves items from Act 2. Yeah, Large and Life, how you doing? Was this attempt number 2? Yeah, I was a bit too confident on visible, on not visible, the surgeon form, and got sent back to the beginning. Now, knocking him prone should disable his vestiges, or we should be able to smack him. Oh, still detonates them though. Okay. But yeah, here we go. The prone, advantage on attack rolls. It's a smacking the living shit out of him. No booming blade is interesting. Could you expand a little bit on what you mean by that?
You should never have come here.
Another parasite. Collected.
Yeah.
It might be useful.
And Nier is dead.
It's time
Because
I scram.
every Dwega died
Charge in.
in the fights. This guy now spawns in to give us the money. And we can just attack him to collect the other half of the money and get his XP as well. There we go. There's the other 500. Now all of these dudes are still worth XP. However, there is one more persuasion check we have to roll beforehand. And it's talking to Beldron, the one you saved from the poisonous room with Nier.
No, I'm good.
Would seem not.
What has he gotten himself mixed up in now?
We can do either. End this roll.
Oh, they could if you
allows us to learn more about Wolbrin and gets us the 120 XP. Now make sure that we're in a disguise, because this might reduce attitude with Wolbrin.
You don't need
But yeah.
Your action. Your action. Your aggression.
Here we go. I'm just gonna knock all of them out. Just to make sure not to leave any XP behind. But yeah, if you've played at all Zay in patch 8, you can probably tell that Booming Blade is a very, very good cantrip. Purely because if you take any scenario, any build that uses their melee attacks to deal damage, and if you put them side by side, the one that's got Booming Blade will always come on top. Just because of the added thunder damage that thing can do. And in this situation where you have an option to do a normal hand attack, normal weapon attack and a Booming Blade, there is no downside to kicking to pressing Booming Blade. And yeah, that's basically the main reason behind that.
Got it.
It gives extra attack as well. That part I'm not even arguing that much about, but later in Act 3, you can get a couple of items that can boost the damage of your main hand attacks. So for example, you have Booming Blade, you have a piercing weapon, you have ballast armor, right? And then you take Gloves of Spell Might, which deal additional 1d8 damage whenever you hit an enemy with an attack roll, with a spell attack roll. Now Booming Blade takes your strength or your dexterity to swing the weapon, or whichever strat you're using to swing the weapon, so you're not getting the -5 to those attack rolls. You just get plus 1d8 damage, and you can reroll that damage with Savage Attacker. You can also add additional stuff on top of that. You can, let's say for example, I'm planning to do a build around Poisoner's Robe using Booming Blade. If you use Booming Blade while having a weapon that deals poison damage, that will be enough to then proc the Poisoner's Rope from Booming Blade to deal the additional 1d4 poison damage as well. So like, there's just so many interactions, and there is like absolutely no downside to it, right? Like if you take into account, I don't know, Spirit Guardians, right? You have to commit a certain level of certain class to get that spell. Booming Blade, all you have to do is either be a high elf or be one of the classes that get access to it. That is not a big sacrifice for such a high impact cantrip. You're giving me the crime response? Can't have that.
It seems this individual doesn't think...
Oops. And because we used the disguise, we can now just drop that.
Well,
and
I shouldn't be surprised. And so?
So yeah, there's like, and I haven't really tested a lot of Booming Blade interactions yet, and I've already found it to be a bit too good. Unless I make a build that like relies on an interaction from Booming Blade, I will probably be banning it in all my playthroughs. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Chaotic Bunny, by the way. Thing is, Ray of Frost is such a easily buffable cantrip from very early in the game. You can get Morning Frost, which can also gives you access to Chilled Effect, the earliest one you can get. And Morning Frost is also a bludgeoning weapon, so again, if you have Booming Blade and you chilled an enemy with dual-wielding hand crossbows, so you Booming Bladed on an enemy, or like Ray of Frost, you got the chill, you can water, do freeze them, and then you can, if you're speed potted, you can do another Booming Blade on top of that while they're vulnerable to thunder and bludgeoning damage. So like you can go about the place one-shotting everything. And this is the last tadpole that we acquired. We've knocked out all of the slaves. I don't think we have done the methods yet. No, Booming Blade is limited to one Booming Blade per action. So you cannot, like, you can do, if you have extra attack, both of those cannot be Booming Blades, only one. However, you can speed pot and do a Booming Blade, normal attack, and Booming Blade again. And then add Terrazul on top of that, and you're Booming Blading 3 times per turn. And if you are Eldritch Knight, I believe you can also get another Booming Blade on top of that, if you're willing to cast a cantrip with one of your actions, or you can swap that for a bonus action rather. Arcane Trickster as well, yeah, so sneak, and they can still sneak attack off of that as a reaction. And the worst part about it is, if you're doing melee Booming Blade Rogue Shenanigans and it takes Savage Attacker, Booming Blade, the initial damage that you get from level 5 and higher, gets, as you probably guessed, their damage die rerolled. So you can get some really consistent damage. That's why I just output it. I just put it in the rules that no Booming Blade, just so people are not wondering why I'm not doing it. Because it's too good. These methods can explode. But you can just make them explode somewhere else. And also, well, some people might not realize. Well, I can't do it right now, but
Knees high.
you always have enough time to walk away from the explosion after you kill one of these methods. So there's no reason to take the fire damage from the death explosion. Of course, throwing them is easier. Who can sneak attack with Booming Blade? There's only one class that can sneak attack. But you can set your sneak attack as a reaction in your spellbook and set it to ask. And what you can do is you can Booming Blade and then your reaction is gonna appear and you click confirm. Booming Blade is super good just because the
Open up.
The frozen status on the enemies is really not that hard to achieve. Every class get access to be able to cast to be able to get the water elemental from the spell from the scroll, and that elemental, if you on its basic slam attack, has the chilled condition, no saving throw on it. So as long as it hits, it can apply chill condition, and if that attack is also a small AoE. We already fought Grim, by the way. We have the shield. And I'm saving the lava elemental for whenever I need another inspiration. Where was I? Oh yeah, so the water elemental has the no saving throw chilled condition on top, and what you can then do, double hand crossbows or Spore Druid, for the cost of a bonus action, place a water bottle under those two enemies that just got killed by a water elemental. Shoot it or destroy that water bottle, you're going to freeze them, and then if you have two actions, right, from haste or anything, you can do Booming Blade twice, while they're vulnerable to bludgeoning and thunder damage, so they take double damage from that as well.
Got it.
I bet they're close.
Just check the VODs. Yeah, we done quite a lot of things. Like, the entirety of Moonrise Towers, except for the vendors, is already dead. We still haven't done the Surgeon from House of Healing. I'm kind of afraid to do him, since that's where I ended my last run. And there's still the Shadow Mount.
Yeah. There's more where that came from.
Let me bring that bad boy back up. Oh, I didn't set this up. Never mind. Can't show you the wiki. Shambling Mound. In other mode, this bad boy is resistant to cold, fire, and necrotic damage. Basically all the damage that we do except for bludgeoning. He can move us against our will. Digestive juices. So one of the things I want to have for that fight is immunity against being restrained. Helldusk, the plants cannot be bled, so I'm sticking with Gloves of Crushing. The added plus 2 flat damage on top. I'm gonna have parry up the wound closure. And the only other thing that he can do is do a multi-attack. And which, if both of the attacks hit, one gets entangled, so But we're immune to that, so we shouldn't care too much about it. I will want boots of speed for the extra movement speed. And that's pretty much it. Not too difficult of a fight. As long as we keep a distance.
Anytime.
Have we discovered the waypoint yet? Not really. So let's go do that real quick. For your gear, I want Vigilance Elixir. So the next fight is probably going to be House of Healing. I want to get the most use from my Bloodlust Elixir that I can before I swap up to another one. And when it comes to hide and seek with Oliver, you need some sort of sleep immunity. Since we're a Tiefling, we're gonna need to use Peerless Focus. So Oliver is going to be put on hold for now.
All I wanted was to play.
I'm going to start with Field of Thralls on myself. Just so I have a bit more of Symbiotic Entity. Light, Enhanced Sleep, Featherfall are all a must. And we're also gonna be going invisible into this fight. 26 AC. Will probably be enough for our needs. We'll just have to make sure that we stand far away enough from all of the attacks or all of the needle bursts, so we don't get targeted by ourselves. Alright, let's go. I'm surprised. Oh, shit. Forgot about the perception check. Look to Daisy. Double miss on him, but we have immunity against being restrained. Going to do a quick disengage on myself. Get a speed pot going. So we grab some haste. Now our jumps no longer require a bonus action. Wanna see if I can jump straight behind. Ah, there we go. Make sure Cold Week is on. Saved on my stunning strike, so I'm just getting myself back up to safety, and he shouldn't really be able to hit me from here. These guys will follow me up. That's no bother. Just gives me more damage that I can toss in the Shadow Mount. He's not immune to piercing. I mean, to bludgeoning. So I could technically throw all of these guys on him. Now there's a way to cheese this fight by standing over there and just shooting at him with a bow. But what fun is that? Get rid of you. And then we have one more turn remaining for us. Time to get down there and start punching really, really hard. That was the shambling man. Very nice. Now another fight where our initiative won't matter as much is Halsin's portal defense. Most of those enemies are shadow cursed and actually all of them are shadow cursed and dead. So outside of bow awareness, I don't think we need anything else. Although not going first in that fight can be quite a detriment. I could start off with a different shield. That would mean I'll also need to put on a different armor piece. That way I get to keep my Bloodlust elixir to do the fight. Yeah, I think I like that. So let's go wake up Ard real quick. And what's the time?
Yeah?
Yeah. He's got time for that more.
Become some dagger's new sheath.
ain't my neck of the woods.
And Barkus has made his way. Let's go.
Ah, you.
Hello, Barkus.
How are things? Well, I've been through worse. I'll soon be off to Moonrise Towers to look for my friend, Wulbrin. I understand you might be headed in that direction as well.
You understand correctly, but but it would be suicide to go near a place like that.
Don't threaten me with a good time. My search for Wulbrin has been one quagmire after another, as you know. Still, a friend is a friend, and Wulbrin won't last long in a place as dreadful as the Towers.
I'm going to Moonrise too. Why don't you take me?
You wouldn't even know what he... Then again, my track record is... well...
Then it's at least stay here and I'll search the tower.
That's very decent of you. Very decent of you indeed. But I won't stand idle. I've spotted an alchemist's scales, and had already been cooking up a little something that might help against those cultists. I'll get to work on the brilliant retort. You get to work at the towers. Deal? Very good. Now, some of us...
Now this quest will give us access to a bomb, which's got its outline as to where it deals damage. And it's very good for taking the guesswork out of tossing bombs at enemies.
Watch yourself.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go and save the Tieflings and Wulbrin right now. Since we are level 9 already, the quest rewards that Alfira gives to us, specifically the scrolls and potions, are going to be the highest level. And I'd like to get the best that I can. In case you're wondering, the threshold for those is the same as vendor inventories. So like level 3, level 6 and level 9 are the levels you're looking for when vendors start to sell higher level of alchemy ingredients, scrolls, etc. Now we've already cleared out most of this. Before you go and save anyone though, persuasion check on Leah, or just talking to them, gives you another 55
A long walk off a short cliff.
XP real quick.
If you're not at the absolute spec and what?
There we go.
That might be worth a look.
Now, be careful when saving them. I usually go for Tieflings first before I save Wulbrin, because if Wulbrin gets to the boat by himself and breaks the chains before Tieflings are there, he will go and leave without them, so... assholes last, I guess. As it should be.
I must make it to Baldur's Gate. I must.
You could also pick up all of these weapons for some extra gold before they get to them.
But my plan for now is safe.
You drift through the dark, and
no one gets in without being tested. Come on, and now.
That's it. This won't take long.
Okay. Time to cash in on that XP.
That might be worth a look.
As soon as they all return to one another, there's Elvira, Bex, and Roland. That we gotta chat up. I almost feel bad about how strong I am. I walk into a room and I don't even engage in dialogue, just vaporizing things. Yeah, right?
You're alright. My gods, you're alright!
Come here, darling.
At the same time, Nettie deserves it for yapping so much. Nettie always deserves it. If given the opportunity, she will willingly poison you without telling you about it. And then be all like, oh, sorry, but it had to be done. Like, come on.
So...
That's 55 here.
You better be. I'm a dead man walking. Aren't we all? Not as long as we can put up a fight.
A bit more gold with Roland.
Did you enjoy relaxing here while I battled that wretched duck?
We're all safe, Roland. Thank you.
Some nice gold over here. And waiting to collect the rewards with Elvira. Unless you're in dire need of the potent robe. And now gave us Globe of Invulnerability, Banish, Wall of Stone. So yeah, just better scrolls all in all. Unfortunately 2 that I almost never use, actually 3. But hey ho. At least it's more valuable paper now. The grove has been cleansed. The nature has prevailed.
Everyone seems to be quite a flutter. Do you know why?
Better safe than sorry, absolutely.
You.
Wolverine! Where is he?
200 for Roland, 280 from Elvira,
Someone's been skimming our supplies.
and then a bit more from Barkus here.
Wolverine! I said go home!
Say that again.
Now, I
Alright,
believe our business is well and truly concluded.
what will they do now?
Perhaps Wolverine is right.
Why don't you join me in my camp once you're ready to leave this lands?
Thank you.
That's brilliant retort, and we can also... Where are you?
Yes?
Finishing this quest also unlocks him as a vendor. And if there's one thing that you want from him always is Ring of Geniality, gives you +1 to your persuasion, making all of the vendor prices that much better. So, buying all of that, then immediately equipping the ring.
Now, if...
and just cancelling the conversation so we come back with better attitude. We're also gonna get ourselves Gloves of the Automaton. Secretary interface, you're considered construct, your weapon attacks have advantage, and you have resistance to lightning damage. Just getting free advantage on attack rolls for 10 turns, no conditions necessary. It is a very wonderful piece of gear. Acrobatic shoes, advantage on dexterity saving throws. Now one might think, where do I find this useful? If you plan to fight Raphael without destroying any of the pillars, you can have advantage in your boot spot, and whenever you save on a spell attack that is an AoE, you only take half the damage from it. So like there's multiple sources of that. Level 2 Barbarian, Acrobatic Shoes, Ketheric Shield. But just ensuring you have that advantage can be real nice. So I'm picking those up as well. And that's it for him. Let me check what's the time. Got 20 more minutes, yeah.
Flame.
This is no physical ailment. It is a...
Oh, before we wake him up, we have to go and kill Malastorm. So, learning from what happened the previous time around, this time I'm making use of Ring of Reaction, and we're gonna have to deal with the sisters before we deal with Malice himself. So, Ring of Reaction, some advantage on, or some pluses on our saving throws against spells. Those undead can actually be bled, so I'm putting on Flood Helda's gloves. And just one thing that we're gonna do beforehand is we're gonna region travel really quickly. That will refresh our void shield, and we can reapply that to get 10 to our symbiotic entity instead of staying on 3. So yeah, Spore Druid is nice, but Spore Druid with Bloodlust and Illithid powers is even better. I mean, everything is, but especially this has some very nice synergies with it. So we're gonna do that. I'm going to go back to the Grand Mausoleum, and with this fight now, we're pretty much all caught up to where we were before we ripped on our previous attempt.
Anything you want to say? Any.
Let's go. So, the threats in that fight. His legendary action gives us Confused from the sisters. Hey Anna, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. You're just back in time. We have officially all caught up and then some to where we ripped on a previous playthrough. And we're also at the same challenge as well, so... Malastorm. Veil of Loss. Once per round, Malastorm can use his legendary action after being attacked to make every assistant cast Veil of Loss. Confuses your foes with a Shriek of Absence. Confused, the affected entity is hostile to everyone, wanders around aimlessly and occasionally skips turns in its stupor. It is a wisdom saving throw. So, Amulet of Harpers for that sweet advantage. Ring of Reaction, because all of these sisters have Carabassen's Gift, which can paralyze us. So that's a second source of immunity. +1 to our saving throws, +1 to our saving throws, also crit chance. Malastorm has a sort of a hook that he can use to reposition you forcibly during the fight. So we want to make sure that we are immune to being moved against our will. So Minty's boots plus the resistance will take care of that. And I think I'm going to swap to Boots of Speed after. To get some more movement speed in the fight, if need be. Checking on the sisters, they can also provide the weapon to Malastorm, so keeping them dead is going to be a high priority. He's resistant to magic, and he can also multi-attack if we have less than 40% of our HP. And this grasping appendage is a no saving throw pull, so if you get hit by it, you're flying towards him. Alright. Starting with some quick invisibility, swapping back to Boots of Speed. And let's get going. Going to begin by attacking the sisters. We managed to get the surprise round. Going to apply Speed Pot to ourselves. Got Halo Spores to use that as a reaction. How's it going? Nice work? Yo, just in time, yeah? Rematch incoming. Of course, there's a crit miss. And another one. There we go. Since he won't be able to get any of the buffs from her sisters, I should be okay when it comes HP wise. Our AC is at 28. I could have boosted that further, but it's okay. Now, if I move myself over here, you should start walking towards me, so whenever I attack him...
Master Surgeon's back is my
instrument, sister.
It didn't get the instrument, and all of the sisters are down there. That means whenever they cast Veil of Loss, I should not get affected by it, and we're gonna go for a quick stun. There's the Shriek. Going to go for a quick Intoxicating Strike to boost our AC up to 29. And we're going to walk back to the Sister Huna. Oh wow, you actually hit that. So he's got 8, 30, so I'll need 31 AC to boost myself through this. And I forgot to swap the ring back, so unfortunately I have to spend an action doing this. We're gonna try and get rid of the Chosen here and stand next to her. So she has to make an opportunity attack. I'm going to redirect the attack over here. Get rid of her. So that removes the bonesaw ability. They're just flopping about the place. I don't mind it.
Your wish guides my hand.
He still has 2 turns of legendary resistance going, so... And we have to reapply a speed buff after that, so... No reaction for that. We have a couple of choices over here. I want to try and get his legendary resistance out of the way. So probably the easiest saving throw we can make him undergo is a Void Bolt one. Oh no. You just saved on that? Okay. Then I'll be using this opportunity to get rid of one more sister. Huh? Gotta do a purple worm just so. He also didn't save on this? Weird stuff. He's not really
Draining humors most foul.
he's not really trying to use his legendary resistance. That's weird. Alright, how much more longer do you have your assistance? Not anymore, okay. You just took the bleeding now? Okay. Some laugh of the party going. That means he has to roll really well. He wants to do anything meaningful. He requested the assistance, and on the next turn I can just use that to... I can use her to proc my bloodlust. Oh yeah, why not? We're gonna have to ingest another speed pod after this. I'm sorry, sir. How can you have access to... Oh, it's... His multi-attack is conditional on his HP? That was on mine. That's okay. Oh, the crit misses. Are unreal. But Psionic Backlash is definitely pulling the weight here. No, it's gonna have to be another speed pod. There we go. And he's done. Oh Lord. Was way more stressful than it looked like. But Monk being Monk means we succeeded.
Take a load off, isn't it?
Time to take a load off? I'd agree.
You better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
And with that sorted, we got the battered loot, so we can finally wake up Odd and go do the Halson's portal defense.
We are fearsome black and red.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise.
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is, if you know how to get through to him, don't hesitate. No, not till I met Art, anyway. It seems to be all he remembers. Thank you.
I'm sorry, because we obtained the loot. No?
Please, if you have any idea how to get through to him.
What is this? Karlach 1.1? 1.0 has been avenged? Absolutely. We're trying to wake up this drunkard from his coma right here.
Please.
I'm not getting the loot option.
No idea how to get through to him.
Let's probe his mind. Easy roll.
Vania. We are living. We are dead. Two of us safe to the end.
Without a reminder of who he is, of what he held dear, his mind will remain lost to the darkness. Nothing catches your eye.
If he does, he isn't sane. Wait! Take this
Ah, there we go. Objective to inform about current activities in Moonrise Towers and Envors, headed by Catherine Thorne and the region's ancestral Thorne family. Orders take lodging in the Last Light Inn and begin investigation to the local House of Healing. Reports on indicate corruption, but no corroboration has been yet obtained. Okay. A long-standing devotees of Seluna, but rumors indicate a Sharon enclave might be gaining momentum. Investigate and report.
monsters. No, not till I met Art anyway.
Oh, we gotta go back to the House of Healing? Normally I always obtain the loot first before I talk to him, and that just gives me the option to play it. So I'm guessing we're after some sort of a book. There was no note on Malice's body, was there? There's only alchemy ingredients and stuff. Maybe it's this one in the back, right? I know there's a couple of books pertaining to this quest. Darkness is infinite, yada yada. So this one does not progress the quest. Has to be something in the lobby then, I reckon. But it says it's over here. I'm guessing upper floor now. We got the loot already. Maybe we gotta drop that on the ground. Game logic, am I right?
Gives me the creeps.
Because all we had to do was drop the loot on the ground and then pick it back up again.
Isn't much.
Lol.
Monsters. My loot. In the pool.
So without well and awakened, we have managed to get halfway through level 9 on this little adventure that we had today. Unfortunately, I gotta start getting ready for work. So thank you to everybody that tuned in. Thank you to all of the new followers and all of the regulars. Of course, can't forget about you. But here is where I'm going to be signing off, and I'm going to send you off over to Gigi, who's also doing a solo honor challenge running. So yeah, thank you all for watching. You all have a good one, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheers.